I'm Kevin, and I live in a dumpster.
I'm Blob, and I'm extremely autistic about character design.
As many of you guys know, Blob is my partner here on the PJ Trash channel. They're the one who drew the sprites for me. They're an amazing artist and an animation major, so I've invited them here today to judge and rank PJ Masks' character designs with me.
As Kevin mentioned, I'm an animation major, a professional artist, and character designer. Character design has always been one of my passions, and it's an extremely interesting topic to me. I've made a high school presentation on character design before, and I've been commissioned by many influencers to design their characters for them, so I'm pretty sure I know my stuff.
Before we get into the ranking, pause this video right now and go follow Blob on Instagram at 0_blob_0 and Tumblr at PJBlob. Their art is incredible and you should totally check it out. Alright, intro over, let's do this.
Criteria has 4 categories. Aesthetic, how put together the fashion of the design is overall, aka how good it looks. Personality, how much the character design reflects the character's personality. Accuracy, how well it portrays what the character is supposed to be. And practicality, how practical the design is.
Alright, let's start with the first character, Catboy.
The PJ Masks, like, super suits were probably inspired by vintage superhero designs. I really like the stripes, the nice blue shade. It's simple, but it works. I think for aesthetic, I would give him a 4. It shows that he gotta go fast. For personality, I think I would give him like a 3. For accuracy, I would say 5 out of 5. When you look at him, you immediately know that he's a cat. I had no clue how the villains found out their true identities. These guys have the entire head covered. Like, I genuinely would not think this would be Connor.
They look so different in their superhero form than they do in their daytime form.
He doesn't seem to be wearing any armor, so that kind of bumps it down a little bit. For practicality, I would also give it a 4.
That brings Catboy to a total of 16 out of 20 as his final score. Alright, let's move on to Owlette.
At the beginning, I did not like this specific pink with this red, but after some time of looking at her, it like works really well in my opinion.
Something about the faceplate is so strange to me.
I like that the outline of her mask, where her mouth is, like resembles a beak, and I love that her cape like resembles wings.
Is it bad that I didn't notice the beak thing until just now when you said something?
I mean, I don't blame you. Not everyone tends to like look at these guys' noses all the time, so. For aesthetics, I would give Owlette a 5 out of 5. Can't really tell that much from this design, like what her personality is.
It's just a bird.
We know that Connor likes to go fast, and over here is just like, can you like tell that Amaya like is as a book nerd?
Can you tell that Amaya is a total bitch from this design?
For personality, I would give her a 1. You would just think like, oh, she's the girl of the group.
Exactly, and that's what I did think when I watched the show for the first time. I was like, oh, she's a girl.
Yeah, because girls only have one personality trait, being a girl.
Being the girl.
Would you be able to tell that this is specifically an owl?
I mean, there's like that symbol on her chest, right? But like, still, it could be any type of bird.
Actually, I'm gonna give her 4 out of 5 for this one. I guess she could have more protection to her back considering that she has a cape, but that's not really gonna do that much. And yeah, I was gonna say, no capes! No capes! That cape is like a huge hazard for her. Like,
in the show, she genuinely has so many issues with the cape. There are scenes where she literally gets wrapped in the cape like a burrito and can't get out.
Yeah, exactly. For practicality, because she got stuck in this cape so many times, I'm gonna give her a 2.
I just want to say that I have an Owlette figure with no cape, and she looks weird as hell. The cape is the main part of her character design. Alright, that brings Owlette to a total of 12 out of 20. Next we got Gecko.
I love all the greens that are implemented in his design and like how nicely balanced they are. I really love the scales. And the thing is, green is usually like the hardest to get like a nice monochrome color palette to work. For aesthetics, he is a chef's kiss. Like, mwah, you're beautiful.
Alright, so we're gonna give Gecko an aesthetic of 5 out of 5.
Frick yeah. I guess you could figure out from his design that he's kind of the strong guy. I would give for personality like 3 out of 5. For accuracy, 5 out of 5. You can tell that this is a lizard. Well, for Pharaoh Boy, not really, because he thought he was a crocodile, but we're gonna ignore that. I also had some friends like look at him and say that he's a dinosaur.
Probably because of the head thing. It looks like a stegosaurus.
Yeah, let's give him a 4 out of 5 just because of that. Practicality. I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 5, mainly because he has protective plates of armor on him.
That brings Gecko to a total of 17 out of 20. Romeo!
Romeo, my baby. I know he's like a generic scientist character, but I don't know. I find his design really iconic.
He's a stereotype, yet he's so recognizable as Romeo.
The main part about his design are his goggles and his hair.
And the gloves.
He doesn't really have that many colors going on. For aesthetic, like a 4 out of 5. You can tell that he's really smart by his glasses.
He is that mad scientist stereotype, so just looking at him, you can kind of tell the kind of character that he is.
Personality and accuracy, I would give it both 5 out of 5. But like the most he can do with those goggles is turn on heat vision.
I mean, their eye protection.
Yeah, that is true, that is true. I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
That brings Romeo to a total of 18 out of 20, which is the highest score yet. It's my baby Luna! My favorite character, you guys.
Oh my god, really? I could not tell from like 50 videos you mentioned that.
Shut up.
I hate the belt that she has around her waist. Like, for some reason, they decided to color the belt, so I need to squint my eyes in order for me to see it. Like, I love her hair, especially.
I love that it's sparkly, it's
Yes.
silver, it's dark at the tips. I'll forever be mad about them changing her eyes to like that weird light purple color, because I really
Yes,
liked
oh
her
my
blue
God.
eyes. And I also love that she has like the bandit mask.
Her hair always reminded me of like moon dust. I think I also don't like the fact that her moon graphic is in like a yellow.
It is?
Yeah, it's a yellow.
What?
For aesthetics, I would give Luna like a 3 out of 5. Her hair is like saving most of her design for me. I really get a huge bitch vibe from her.
She really does have like the mean girl energy.
It's maybe like the sharp corners.
All of the sharp points, including her hair, give her the don't speak to me, leave me alone.
Yeah, for the personality part, like a 5 out of 5. She's just a moon-themed villain that's like on a hoverboard. I mean, in the books, she's supposed to be like a witch. For accuracy, 5 out of 5. She doesn't look like she's very well protected, in my opinion.
You're telling me she's flying around the city with no helmet?
For practicality, I'm gonna give her a 1. Get yourself a helmet. You're telling me you got yourself a helmet when you made a flying car, but you don't want to wear a helmet when you're on your lunar board? Get out!
Wait, that's actually true. That brings Luna to a total of 14 out of 20. Next up, we got one of Blob's favorites, Night Ninja.
What do you mean one of my favorites? He is the favorite! When I first saw Night Ninja, like, before I even knew what PJ Masks was, this guy looks like Casper, the friendly ghost! I love the star motif, the blues. Even though his entire face is covered, he is still like the most expressive character in the show. For aesthetics, I would give him a 5 out of 5. Really love the transition of like dark blues into lighter blues.
He's knight and a ninja. Not to jump to the accuracy, but accuracy should be 5 out of 5.
His suit also kind of looks like a tracksuit, which is kind of ironic for his character, but it works at the same time because one, he is obviously
Yes.
athletic because he's a ninja, but at the same time, it's ironic because he is so lazy. I would also give for the personality like at least a 4 out of 5. Considering that his entire motif is like dark and the night sky, he blends in with the background perfectly. For practicality, I would give him also a 5 out of 5.
In Blob's extremely biased opinion, that brings Night Ninja's total up to 19 out of 20, which is the highest
up.
score so far. Next up, we have Armadillon.
Armadillon is a 5 out of 5 in every single section. We do not need to talk about this.
No notes, 20 out of 20.
I love the browns and the oranges combined together with like a slight shade of yellow. Showcases his personality of being a strong guy himbo. You already know that he's an armadillo superhero. He is a 5 out of 5 in every single category for me.
And Armadillon knocks Night Ninja out of the park, getting the first score that's 20 out of 20.
The PJ Masks were just jealous of him, let's be honest.
Hashtag Justice for Armadillo.
Justice for Armadillo, bro.
Next up, we have Rip.
Aesthetically, Rip gets a 5 out of 5. I love her punk aesthetic. I love her jacket. It really reminds me of like early 2000s punk. And I also really love the little bones she has in her hair. I think those are super cute. I also really love her hair. I love that it goes from like a dark purple to a pink. I think you can already tell she is very rowdy.
She's a messy bitch who lives for the drama. No notes.
Exactly. For personality, I would also give her a 5 out of 5. For accuracy, I mean, she's supposed to be a werewolf. Yeah, you can see the werewolf inside her.
you, can, you can see the alpha.
She is a true alpha leader. For accuracy, I would also give a 5 out of 5. They're just wearing normal clothes.
Yeah, because they're doing normal things. They're just running around doing like vandalism and shit.
Just casually committing arson.
Do you need anything other than street clothes to do that?
I mean,
no, you don't.
I don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Practicality is 5 out of 5, bringing Rip's score to a total of 20 out of 20. Moving on to Howler.
I love his shirt. I want his shirt. If anybody ever makes a genuine shirt out of his shirt, I want to buy that shirt.
Take a shot every time Blob says shirt.
Shut up. I also really like his hair. It reminds me of like Wolverine.
Can I also just say the snaggletooth is so cute?
Yes! It's so adorable! For aesthetic though, I want to give him a 5 out of 5. When I first saw Howler, I thought that he was gonna be like the most aggressive one.
He definitely does have that alpha wolf vibe. Shocking plot twist, Rip is actually the secret alpha.
Howler is a beta. For personality, I would give him like a 3 out of 5. You can obviously tell he's a werewolf. 5 out of 5. Moving on. Practicality.
You don't need to wear anything but street clothes to commit arson. That brings Howler's score to 18 out of 20. And guess who we have next? It's me! It's Kevin.
0 for everything.
Fuck you.
I'm kidding. I love his jacket. I love his striped shirt. I usually really hate striped shirts, but for him, it works so nicely. And I love the little pins that he has. It's like he's really trying to look cool, but fails miserably.
How dare you? Just so you guys know, part of the reason I am Kevin IRL is because I look like Kevin in real life. My hair looks like this, I dress like this. I'm not even joking.
I'm just saying that he's trying, okay? He's trying.
Kevin is cool, he's trying to look cool, and he succeeds in looking cool. 5 out of 5, no notes.
For personality, you can already tell that he's the adorable, sweet one in the group.
5 out of 5 for that one.
5 out of 5. Accuracy, 5 out of 5 again. They're werewolves.
That gives Kevin a 20 out of 20 because... yes, and you.
The golds that are incorporated in her design make her so regal. I really like her head thing. I love the dragon on top of her head.
I have one criticism. McDonald's.
Don't bring up McDonald's. We haven't gotten to Newton yet. I really like her buns. They make her look really cute. Anu deserves a 5 out of 5. She does look very formal. And also, I really like the symmetry. It shows that she's a perfectionist. For personality, I would also do 5 out of 5. So she's supposed to be a dragon warrior, correct? 5 out of 5. Her shoulders and like her arms are really exposed for some reason, and she doesn't really have any face protection either. I would give it 3 out of 5.
Alright, and that brings Anu to 18 out of 20. Next we have Teeny Weenie, or the Splat Monster.
He's ugly. Moving on.
Matsuki.
I have really conflicted feelings towards Matsuki. I honestly think she looks really creepy. I really hate how desaturated she is. And then she has like really saturated eyeliner. I would give it a 1 out of 5.
Why does she have fuzz on her feet?
Maybe it's supposed to represent the hairs that moths have on their legs.
Moving on.
I genuinely
gross.
don't know.
That is gross.
1 out of 5, moving on. I don't know, but for some reason the show really wants me to think that she's cute too. I do not think she's cute at all. For personality, I would give her a 4 out of 5. Accuracy, she's supposed to be a humanoid moth. You can instantly tell that she's supposed to be a moth, so I'll give her a 5 out of 5 for that. For practicality, just like moths IRL, she could be easily squashed. I'm gonna give her a 2 out of 5.
That brings Matsuki's score to 12 out of 20. Newton's star.
Mustard Man!
Okay, he is McDonald's.
I will say I like his design a lot more with the mask. It actually makes him look like a superhero.
I love the hair. I love the little star cutout.
I don't know how I feel about his banana suit though.
Ketchup and mustard.
I don't understand why there's like a fire motif over there and like the thing in the on the chest. I don't know what that's supposed to be. His hero design is really all over the place. They were trying to go for something simple but something detailed at the same time, and then they just made his entire design really top heavy. I would have to give him a 1 out of 5. I don't get any feeling that he is a nerd.
His daytime form, 10 out of 10 personality. Nighttime, not so much.
For personality, I would also give him a 1 out of 5. If he was supposed to be a McDonald's superhero mascot, then he would get a 5 out of 5 in every single category. Nothing about this design tells me asteroids, nothing about this design tells me space. So for accuracy, I will also give him a 1 out of 5. For practicality, 3 out of 5, mainly because he's also not wearing any gloves.
That brings Newton to the lowest score yet. 6 out of 20. Monkey goo.
In aesthetics, I'm already gonna tell you it's a 5 out of 5. I love how detailed his design is. It screams monkey Chinese god. I love the face paint. It's really telling me silly monkey man.
Probably one of my most famous comments on this channel would be that he looks like the Shadow Peach fan child. He looks like a cross between Sun Wukong and Macaque from Lego Monkey Kid. People won't let me live that down.
For personality, I would also give it a 5 out of 5. Accuracy, does he look like a monkey to you? I don't know.
No, I don't think he looks like a monkey. He looks more like a fish.
The fish? Where do you see the fish?
I'm joking,
But-
that was sarcasm, Blob.
I have a hard time telling apart sarcasm.
Autism to autism communication. Autism to autism conversation.
For accuracy, we can already say that it's a 5 out of 5. Practicality, 2 out of 5.
That brings Monkey Goo to a total of 17 out of 20. Oh, we got another one of Blob's favorites here, Pharaoh Boy.
Monkey Goo is not the most gorgeous looking character in the show. That title belongs to this guy. 5 out of 5. If I could give him a 6, I would. I love his helmet. I love that it resembles a snake. I love that it has purple and yellow accents, and I also love his eyeliner. You can already tell that he is rich and he is pretentious. For personality, I would also give him a 5 out of 5. He is supposed to be a pharaoh.
She was a pharaoh.
She was a pharaoh. For accuracy, I would also give him a 5 out of 5. His head is nicely protected because, yeah, he has a helmet. He's wearing toilet paper. So many people were like, is he supposed to be dead? Is he supposed to be alive? I don't know. Google says that mummies did not have any organs. He can breathe in space. Does that mean that he does not have any lungs? Oh my god.
Okay, we're gonna
going
save that
insane.
for another, theory video or something.
For practicality, I would give him a 2 out of 5.
That brings Pharaoh Boy to 17 out of 20, and another moment of extreme bias.
Your mom's extreme bias.
Next up, we have our Queen Octabella.
I love the teals and all of the fades and splashes, greens and yellows and blues. It's so pretty. 5 out of 5. She is supposed to look really pretty on the outside, but absolutely rotten on the inside.
Just like real life Mean Girls.
I think her design portrays that perfectly, so I would give her personality a 5 out of 5. She's an octopus, 5 out of 5. Practicality, she does not wear anything. 0 out of 5.
That brings Octabella's total to 15 out of 20. Orticia.
I love her coat. I love the pink and the green together. I love the thing she has going on with her hair. I don't know what it is, but it's adorable. 5 out of 5.
Ice cream.
The ice cream cone hair.
She takes after her dad.
For personality, I will give her a 4 out of 5. Just because the show wants me to think that she's supposed to be a villain. Because she's not. Accuracy, she's supposed to be a humanoid plant. 5 out of 5 for that. For practicality, legit, just throw a match at her and she's already done for. She is not well protected. 0 out of 5, bro.
That was so graphic. That brings Ortisha to a score of 14 out of 20. Alright, next up we have Pirate Robot.
I'm gonna be so honest right now. When I first saw him, I was like, what is this design? I like his hat. I like how comically huge it is. His like little stripes that are, like serve as like a mustache. He has a nice color palette, but that's it. Like I would give him for his aesthetics like a 4 out of 5. His whole personality is that he's a pirate. His personality ends there. I'll just give him like a 2. He's a chef and he's a pirate and he's a robot all in one. I'll give him a 5 out of 5 for accuracy. He is already made out of metal and he is like pretty equipped. So for practicality, I'll give him like a 5 out of 5.
That brings Pirate Robot to a score of 16 out of 20. Flybot Sally.
I love her hat. It's so cute. I love the white and red stripes. 5 out of 5 for aesthetics.
She has some sort of tattoo, I think.
That is just adorable. Sally doesn't really have a personality. She's supposed to be a sailor robot. 5 out of 5. Practicality, same as Pirate Robot. 5 out of 5 for that too.
That brings Flybot Sally's score to 15 out of 20. Next we have the Speedy Twins.
There's something, alright? What is this color choice? This combination of blues, pinks, yellows, reds, like pick one please.
It's like someone threw darts at a color wheel.
Whenever I look at them, all I see is like a DeviantArt OC. The only thing that I like about them is their face paint and their hair. For aesthetics, I would give them like a 2 out of 5. Their designs do not reflect their personality at all. They're just wearing bodysuits. They don't really have anything else going on for them, but I will give them bonus points for wearing a helmet. Personality, I would give it like a 1 out of 5. For accuracy, I would give it a 3. Like I said, they're wearing helmets, and I applaud them for that, so 4 out of 5. Actually, no, give them a 5 out of 5 for practicality.
That brings the Speedy Twins to a score of 11 out of 20. Ice Cub.
The aesthetics already goes 5 out of 5. That yellow on his glasses, I don't think it like clashes with his design at all. I really love the giant snowflake he has on his chest. It looks like an icy polar bear.
How do you feel about the proportions?
Does his transformation also change his body type somehow?
He has the polar bear nose and the ears, which we know that for Owlette, Catboy, and Gecko, Catboy's ears actually hear, Owlette can feel her wings, their tails move, so it is very likely that the suit changes his body type and that the nose and ears are real. I think overall they just wanted to make him look more like a bear.
I don't know why bears always have that vibe that you can like hug them, I guess.
Huggability.
5 out of 5 for that. He's an ice polar bear superhero, reflects that perfectly. 5 out of 5. It's really practical in my opinion, so 5 out of 5 for that too.
The paws are mainly how he travels around, and they kind of take the place of his crutches in his daytime form. That brings Ice Cub's score to 20 out of 20. Lily Faye.
I'm gonna make so many enemies with this one. I really hate her design. Especially the eyebrows. I didn't like it in the books, and I don't like it here. I hate the neons and the yellows. I don't like the stripes. I just don't like anything. I would give for personality like a 2 out of 5. For accuracy, if you told me that this was a space fairy, I would not believe you at all.
I don't even know what a space fairy is. I'm still waiting on the answer to that question.
I cannot confidently say that she was a fairy. So, 0 out of 5. She's wearing gloves and boots and a helmet, kinda.
I find it really strange that the eye holes in her mask go around her eye and then there's sort of like a sheer covering in front of it. It's very strange to me because her mouth isn't covered.
Those goggle thingies protect her eyes, I guess. So for practicality, I would give her like a 4 out of 5.
That brings Lily Faye's score up to 7 out of 20. Bastet.
I'm not biased, I promise.
You're biased. You're so biased.
I kinda don't like that her eyes are red. She's just so adorable. And I love the small purples incorporated in her design and all of the stripes that she has going on, and just 5 out of 5. I love her, I love her, I love her. The only thing I will say that I hate is that they did not keep her tail. Why did you not give her a tail?
Didn't she also have like a cape?
Yeah, she used to have a cape, but honestly, I much prefer her without a cape.
No capes.
Cause no capes!
For me, I get regal.
Yes!
I get the regal part. The golds and purples are very royal to me.
I personally think it's a 5 out of 5. You can tell that she's a cat. 5 out of 5.
Stet the sun cat. I hate V-necks so much.
The fact that she's supposed to be a superhero, I do not like it at all. And the fact that she is also, like, a toddler.
Toddlers don't wear V-necks. Like, period.
Exactly! For practicality, I'm gonna give her, like, a 2.
That brings Bastet's total to 17 out of 20. Gloop. Or Gloop the Third, I guess is his name.
I really hope this thing recording us is gonna pick this up. They just picked a bunch of random colors and just went with it.
Can I just say that the first time I saw an image released of Gloop, I flinched. It was a jump scare, bro.
Same! What the hell is this thing?
Is he a fish?
He looks like a dinosaur. I thought he was like a dinosaur thing to me.
Barney the dinosaur.
Oh my god, the biggest gripe I have with Gloop is his super saturated pink skin. And then he has teal makeup, which is like the same value as the pink. They blend together really well and it's really hard to see. I hate how little contrast this guy has in his design. It's trying to do so much instead of being guided through his design normally. I am just so lost. 0 out of 5. It does not tell me anything about him. 0 out of 5, bro.
I did not get alien from the design whatsoever.
0 out of 5.
The thing in front of his mouth, like directly under his mouth, is a language translator.
That is kind of practical, I guess. 2 out of 5.
That makes Gloop the lowest ranked character so far, with a 2 out of 20.
Oh my god.
PJ Robot!
I really like the graphic of the PJ Masks that he has.
Yes!
And the fact that the PJ Masks themselves painted it. Other than that, he just looks like any regular flybot. I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5. Can you remind me what PJ Robot's personality is again?
He's a slave. He's very much a janitor.
That's what literally he is. He does a really horrible job protecting the HQ and is basically a damsel in distress.
He's not a guard, he's more like a babysitter.
From his design, I don't really get any of that. 1 out of 5. Accuracy can already go into a 5 out of 5.
Like, just looking at him, you know that he's like a PJ Mask sidekick.
For practicality, just like the other robots, he doesn't really need anything, so 5 out of 5 for that.
That brings PJ Robot's score to 15 out of 20. Robot.
My favorite egg. He's nothing special by any means when it comes design-wise. The only iconic thing about him is Romeo's green color. I like that he has those shoulder pads that allow Romeo to, like, sit on. 2 out of 5.
He is just a circle.
I don't get any sort of personality out of this guy. 0 out of 5.
He's just a circle.
Accuracy, he's a robot. 5 out of 5. And just like with the other robots, he doesn't need anything, so 5 out of 5.
That brings Robot's score to 12 out of 20. That's very generous, being so he's a circle.
He's our circle, okay?
I'm gonna keep that in the video. Okay, now we're getting into the Season 6 redesigns. So first up, we have Luna's Season 6 redesign.
I love that they actually outlined her belt this time. I would remove the pink from her hair entirely. I think it's really unnecessary, considering she already has a lot of pink going on. I would also remove the pink from the tips of her dress, and then she would be perfect. 4 out of 5. Personality, 5 out of 5.
It makes her look a little bit less grumpy.
It's not as apparent as the original design that her whole theme is the moon. She just looks like a cyberpunk villain to me instead. For accuracy, I will give her a 2 out of 5. I mean, she started wearing gloves, and now her shoulders and hands are exposed. For practicality, I'm gonna give her a 1 out of 5.
That brings season 6 Luna up to 12 out of 20. Now let's go over to season 6 Romeo.
20 points automatically everywhere. I don't think I need to explain myself.
It looks like the one slur.
I think it's just you, Pookie.
It's not just me! No, it's not just me. Everyone thinks this.
I get that they wanted to incorporate more green into Romeo because they just didn't want to keep him into black and white, I guess.
My favorite detail is I love the lines on the coat. The coat is open in the front and the back so he can run in it. Way more functional than the lab coat.
I would give him in every single category a 5 out of 5.
That brings Romeo season 6 version to 20 out of 20. And last and definitely least, we have season 6 Night Ninja.
0 across the board. He's so ugly. 0.
If I could give him negative points, I would. Throw him in the PJ trash.
This design needs to be illegal. Whoever designed this needs to be put in jail, locked behind bars, and never be able to design ever again. What were you thinking when you came up with this? What are the red stripes, man?
I deserve compensation for looking at this image that has assaulted my eyes.
What is with the American flag? Why did you get rid of his stars? It's not even screaming night anymore.
They took the night out of Night Ninja.
Why did they need to give him black eyebrows? They look so ugly.
Why does he wear his own face on his cuffs? Is he Jojo Siwa?
Why is he wearing all of those ugly ass rings? I know it's supposed to be like within the plot, but they look so ugly. He is giving like Hawkmoth from Miraculous when he put all of those rings on him. What the fuck are these red stripes across his body? Seriously, where in Night Ninja's character is it that he likes the color red or any stripes? Like, genuinely, what is this? Is it a tiger? Is it supposed to be like a dragon?
Is he the Pepsi logo? Why is he red and blue? Why are we putting red and blue together?
Why does he look so ugly? This is not my Night Ninja, bro.
I'm gonna start crying. We need to hold a funeral for old Night Ninja. Rest in peace, real Night Ninja. Comment hashtag not my Night Ninja in the comments below.
Give this guy a 0 everywhere before I throw up. I don't want to look at him anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna go bleach my eyes. And that's it for our PJ Masks character designs ranking.
I hope you enjoyed because my head hurts now.
Thank you, Blob, for being here on the channel today to share your expertise on character design.
You're so very welcome for being here, and thank you very much for rating a kid's cartoon with me. I do like art as a hobby or something. I have like an Instagram or something. It's like at 0_blob_0. You're gonna sometimes find me doodle there or something. Yeah, I'm pretty low-key about my art, honestly. Not that good, if I'm being honest.
Oh, shut up. Everyone go check out Blob's Instagram right now. They are one of the best artists I know. Their art is amazing, and they're also working on some original projects. They got some awesome OCs. They also have an Ask blog for one of their OCs on Tumblr at PJ Blob. So go check that out. Comment below what you'd like us to do in a future video because, like I said before, Blob is my partner on the PJ Trash team and they're awesome and I love doing videos with them. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Say bye.
Sayonara.
PJ Trash, all shout hooray, 'cause in the night we served and slayed.
Yay!
Woo!